Hi, I'm Jim Calhoun, head basketball coach at University of Connecticut. The tape that you're about to see is the basic components of our 2-2-1 press, showing live footage and the drills that we use in practice. I've asked many times, Coach, how can you press for 40 minutes and yet not give up an awful lot of baskets? And I use one single word. We are committed to press every single day, every practice session. And I think that whether it be in a game, whether it be in a tape session, or whether it be on the floor in the NCAA tournament, we're a basketball team that's committed to pressing. The following drills and game footage can be something I think can be utilized by any basketball team in America. This press, once again, is safe. It can be used multidimensional, and it's something I think you're going to have a great deal of fun watching and hopefully implementing later in the season. But now, as we start the press itself and the ball is inbounded here, our first thing is going strong side, ball side, front line. And that's going to be where Ricky is, and Ricky's going to be playing the basketball. We're going to try to pick the ball up somewhere in the neighborhood of the foul line. We really don't want to get up on you initially because, once again, we want to make sure that all of our rotations and all of our traps is protective. We really feel we can trap and protect the middle of the court, keep the ball in the alleys or up the sidelines, which are our alleys, and make sure that the ball goes around the press, never through the press via a pass or a dribble. So as the ball is inbounded, we're going to just kind of walk through this a little bit. Ricky picks the ball up. Now the first thing, and once again we're going to teach this in drills every day, we're trying to get on the basketball. And our first initial thrust is to make sure that we're putting ball pressure on so that we start pressuring the basketball to do something. We don't want EJ standing here looking over our defense, because if Sewell flashes up, okay, that's a mistake. That may happen. Someone flies long and Jake is not quick enough to get back. That may happen. So we want this ball pressured. We want the ball to do something. And by do something, we want the ball strong side, front line. We want the basketball, okay, to either put on the floor, to be passed. We want to do something. Ricky, by putting pressure on it, is going to do that, okay? Secondly, he's going to force the ball. By his alignment alone, he is now telling the dribbler he wants the ball taking up the sidelines, taking away the middle of the court and keeping him on the sideline, which becomes our protector. Weak side, front line, where Khalid is playing, his first responsibility is to make sure nothing comes back to the middle. He cannot allow, if EJ were to beat Ricky off a dribble, to come back to the middle. He's got to protect that. And secondly, he must not allow himself to get face cut. He can't allow Albert ever to cut across him. He must make sure that he goes around him, okay? So weak side responsibility, front line, is to make sure that the basketball is kept up the alley and nothing comes through this and everything goes around the defense, okay? Weak side, front line, again, if Albert steps back or Trick, you just fly up the middle and we reverse the ball, initially that doesn't bother us. Initially doesn't bother us. All we're very simply interested in is keeping the ball around and out of the middle, okay? Assuming the ball now is being pressured, forced to the sidelines, and Ricky's other job is to make sure he's containing the basketball. The ball is now starting to slowly dribble up the court. All right, as this action starts right here, hold the ball, EJ, thanks. Okay, as this action starts, our second line, which is now in good position about half court, strong side where Roshmel is, he's got to make sure, Rosh is going to make sure that he gets into the passing lane so that any pass that EJ throws is over his head. So he's making sure that he's in the passing lane so no direct passes can be made up the court. Secondly, Roshmel is trying to help Ricky contain the basketball by taking one step up and probably 2 steps back so as the defense starts to give. Weak side second line, okay, being Kevin, his responsibility is long middle. Okay, short middle is Khalid, Long middle is Kevin. He makes sure that no passes, no dribbles, and no face cutters. If all of a sudden Suleiman were to flash up here, it's Kevin's job to follow him, because once again, the ball can't penetrate the middle of the press. So as the defense starts, our first 4 positions, front line, second line, and then our deep man Jake, who's our protector, we cannot allow the basketball, okay, to get to the middle. Everything must go around it. As the ball now starts coming up the court, it's being, once again, pressured, it's being forced and contained. Ideally, we're in good control here. The defense starts to retreat. At this particular point, as we approach half court, our 5-man starts to come and play more. Initially, all he is our protector, but as the ball starts getting near half court, he should be a little bit deeper and start to head about there, okay, about 4 to 5 feet outside the lane, ready to A, pick off a pass, or B, come involved in the trap himself. But he initially is our protector. With the ball right here, idealistically, we're going to get, obviously, we think, in a good trap position, okay? So in the best of all worlds, we've now forced pressure, contain the ball into a trap. Khalid then would step up and take the next nearest man, middle for Kevin, and Jake would step up and take the strong side pass, away, okay? This is, once again, what we try to do every single time. Now, obviously, let's get back to original positions. This is the easiest and would probably be something, once again, that probably occurs 10, 12, 15% of the time. It's something that we're not going to get every single time. But still, the idea is that the ball can't get to the middle of the press, must go around the defense, and never can allow any direct passes or dribble penetration. And that's why, once again, every single day we work on forcing the ball, pressuring the ball, but particularly containing the ball on an individual basis, in this case with Ricky, but also on a team basis, that we're all coming together. All right, now, the second major thing that we see is we're going to, many times, as we take 2 dribbles up, go DJ, force, pressure, good position by Rosh, good position by Kevin, good position by Khalid, protected back there, and Jake, the ball gets reversed. And the number one thing I think everybody worries about, this is a great time for people to feel they can get the ball to the middle of the court on us. But if we do something which we work very hard on every day in 2-on-2, and that's very simply a bump principle. We don't allow Ricky to now start coming over and have Khalid leave early. Because if Khalid leaves early, the middle is going to be wide open. Andrew could slip through, or any other player could get through there. So Case holds his spot. Khalid holds his spot. Ricky comes over, gives him a go, and he bumps him, and now he forces him, and the same rules now apply. The only thing that's changed with us is obviously strong side has become weak side has become strong side, and the same rules now apply. Khalid starts forcing the ball up the sidelines, he pressures it, he contains it. Kevin's 1 step up, 2 steps back, making sure that all passes must go over his head. Ricky now has got short middle, Rosh has got long middle, Jake is still back there as our protector. Once again, if we are able to induce Albert into a trap here, Jake would step up, Ricky would look for the nearest defender to take away, and the pass we're going to leave open is going to be the weak side pass. Because we feel if this trap, chest to chest, body to body, and we're going to get into it with our body pretty good, they cannot make that pass over there to Josh. That just can't happen. Middle's protected, strong side's protected. Ricky now knows that the dribbler is in trouble. He then will take away the reverse pass. And the only thing that can be thrown is about a 30, 40-foot pass, which is going to be made under duress. And that's just not going to happen, we don't think, most of the time. Just as we said before, the initial trap is obviously the easy one, but we're not always going to get that. Most teams are going to A, get rid of the ball before they get trapped, or try to reverse the ball. The reversals we kind of showed you. Secondly, now we want to show you on the pass that goes over the second line, okay? So we get our second trap, which, by the way, percentage-wise, is our best percentage trap for steals. Okay, let's go through it, guys. Walk through it. Let's go. Ball's inbounded. Good pressure by Ricky as he goes up the court, sliding, staying low. Up and back by Rosh, strong side. Ball is thrown. Hold it right there. Good. Trap comes, 5 springs out, 4 down. Now, one of the keys we think to our pressure. One of the keys to our pressure, and the guys did it really kind of automatically here, Kevin, who's our weak side second line, automatically dropped to protect the post. We call that, okay, low middle, and high middle was protected by Khalid. So the only thing we're going to give up here is going to be a pass out to the out to the half court, or a possible skip pass, which most teams can't do, especially when they're on duress or being pressured. So very simply, let's go through that one more time, a little bit slower this time. As the ball is being brought up the court, and if those teams who want to keep the ball on the strong side, if they in fact, okay, this time we're going to dribble a little bit so we can get a little bit more rhythm. If in fact what we're trying to do is protect the middle, we want to show very simply what the defense itself would do. Ball's coming up the court. Good job. He shows himself. Bang. Here it comes. Good solid trap right there. Hold it. Okay, now, if we protect low and high, the only thing you're going to do, and as Josh throws it out quickly, just as the trap comes out to Albert, okay, as the ball is thrown out to Albert, here, we very simply go into kind of a fake defense. Very simply, K might yell 5, 6, 3, whatever our particular defense, and now we're into our regular defense. Okay, many times the question's asked us, when the ball comes out of a sideline trap, what do you do? In almost every other case, we're going to come in mainly and play man-to-man. But the initial job with Khalid, as the ball is thrown out from Josh, again, Albert, please. As the ball is thrown out of that trap, Ricky coming here, walk through slow. As the ball is thrown out, and we start yelling 5, 5, 5, our man-to-man defense, okay, all we're trying to do is buy about 2 seconds so we're now in regular defense. And we feel, once again, what we've done is A, slow down the offense, B, make you take time off the shot clock, C, have a great opportunity to steal the basketball, and then lastly, we're now in good defensive position and we work exceptionally hard, never ever give up a layup. Two things we would show, very simple. When you look at the defense, and as Rosh steps up a tiny bit, Jake steps back a little bit, Kevin gets in a little bit. Our whole idea, once again, is to make you go around the defense. But like all well-designed plans, they don't always go exactly how you want, so you need to make sure you work very hard on the fact, if in fact, 2 breakdowns can occur. Number one breakdown that might occur is when the ball gets to EJ, okay, Ricky comes over, but this time he goes by him and he starts going up the middle and gets to the middle of the floor. Everybody else would retreat and be sprinting back to the middle of the floor, okay? And Ricky's job would be try to get from behind him and flick the basketball. See, the one thing we would never ever allow is the ball to come up the court and not feel some pressure. So as Khalid is trying to show himself and slow the ball down, Ricky's coming from behind and flicking the ball. If you get 1 or 2 of these a game, I'll tell you what, the guy trying to beat you, he'll know you're there. And I think that happens to us an awful lot. All right? Secondly, a long pass. This time we're going to inbound the ball trick and we're going to throw the ball up the court to you because you're just going to fly. You're going to go back, Albert, and we'll just try to, as we're getting help, okay? Now, as many times we inbound the ball, the other thing could be a long penetrating pass before we get a chance to start putting real great ball pressure or to get you into an alley to trap you. The ball is thrown into EJ, right back to Albert, up to, go deep, Antrick, up the court, okay? And we've worked very hard here on automatically going into what? 5. We would not even think about anything else. The great advantage we have simply being is that we would like to make sure, okay, of identifying who that player is. If you're going to try to break pressure with your guards, that's where we're going to put the main thrust of our ball pressure. If you throw it up to your 3, and especially your 4 or 5 man, we think the advantage goes to us because he's out 40 feet from the basket, and we in turn could have someone like a Khalid or a Kevin put a great deal of ball pressure. Those kind of plays we don't think hurt you. Let's get back one more time to kind of hopefully show you something we would do every single day, which we're going to get to in just a moment. But if the ball is inbounded here, and before we do any other particular thing, one of the successes of the defense is predicated on this simple principle, that when that ball is inbounded to EJ, and as he turns and faces Ricky, that Ricky does such a good job that he cannot throw the ball 40 feet, okay? And that he's not going to beat Ricky quickly off the dribble, and that Ricky's going to pressure the ball, yes. He's going to force him up the sideline, yes. But most importantly, he's going to contain him. And he's going to contain him, obviously, because he's worked very hard in his slides, but he's also going to contain him because he has Roshmel Jones up here faking and slowing the ball down, Khalid helping with middle protection and short middle protection, and Kevin Freeman helping with long middle protection, and the ball is kept out of the center of the court. Jake still is our protector back there, and once again, if the ball is thrown long, then our onus really is on the man playing the basketball. His job, once again, is to force, pressure, and contain the ball. And this is one aspect I say we've worked on probably 10 minutes every single day in practice for 6 weeks. So in essence, that's the basic principles of our defense, what we would do. Once again, the philosophy being that the ball must go around the defense, never through the defense. Anytime we get a breakdown, our job is to pressure the ball itself and sprint back and fan out and find people. And once again, we feel this defense is a low risk but great reward defense. For the past 10 years, we've given up 39.2% field goal percentage defense. So we're not going to give a lot of layups, yet we're going to in turn get a lot of steals and traps out of it. Now, as we said before, the number one component, particularly when you're playing full court pressure, be it man or zone, or particularly with this 2-2-1 press, is to make sure that everybody on the team can guard the basketball. If you're going to pressure that ball, force the ball, contain the ball, we need you to work every single day on making sure that your pressure is good, that you learn how to force, and particularly you don't get beat off the dribble and you contain the basketball. So we work on one-on-one full court. Now, we like to work one-on-one full court and be as realistic as we possibly can be, because we want all of our kids to be able to guard anybody on the floor at any point in time. So we try to do initially in practice is put our best ball handlers against our best defenses, our quickness against our quickness, our big guys against our big guys. Later on, as the season progresses, we'll have challenge matches where we have some of our bigger guys play some of our smaller people, which allows them to increase their mobility and in turn, once again, learn the principles of force, pressure, and contain full court. But for early part of season, I would recommend this one-on-one full court. Now, one-on-one full court for us is a simple drill. The first thing that Ricky Moore is going to do at guarding Khalid, very simply, is to make sure he force, pressure, and contain the basketball. He's going to have two partners here. He's going to have Josh jump in here for just a second. We're going to put 3 coaches across, so there's no way that Khalid can go to the middle. That would just be like the weak side of our defense in protection. When he gets down to the top of the key where Coach Hobbs is, okay, he's going to, if he hasn't beat his man, he's going to be able to play one-on-one down there. So as Ricky throws in the basketball, we're now going to go full court. Play it. I'm going to make sure that he's forced, pressure, and contain. The whole idea being here that the ball is kept where it has to be, okay? If there's no action, he now throws the ball to a coach, and now we play one-on-one defense. Bang. All right, stop right there. Good, he's got him. All right, now, from that drill, which takes us probably 8 seconds, another basketball is available. Quickly, next man jumps right out. Ball quickly, okay? Now we got 2 big guys doing the same exact drill. And what we want to show here, once again, is to really get our big guys, try to individually coach them in playing full court defense. Now, Jake Vosco at 6'11", there's only a limited number of times he's going to be out here doing this. But if he can guard a guy 95 feet, we think obviously when he has to fan out on defensive pressure, he can easily guard a guy at 35 feet. Next, let's go, play it. He's going to get down, try to pressure the ball to a side. He's always bring it to the sidelines. Suleiman's going to work a little bit on his handle, hopefully. Okay, he's got the ball over here. Very simply, Jake's working on his slide. If nothing, Suleiman takes it. And once again, now we're working on post defense, okay, because we want to, once again, make this a multi-dimensional drill. It's also important to note that we would go through the rest of the team. Another ball, one more time. Now we've got Rashmel and Kevin, two other guys to go right at it, and we want to try to have them both, once again, working on his handle, but most importantly, have Rashmel really do a good job of really, as you can see, influence the ball back to the sideline, okay? If nothing happens here, throwing out to the coach, bang, he's trying a little post up, and we work on our one-on-one defense. Okay, now Khalid's on defense, Ricky's on offense, ball's thrown to him. Okay, we want to make sure that he slides with him, or he's getting help from Josh, hopefully, okay? Nothing happens here, but he's forced, pressure, contain the ball. Now he's going to play good, solid one-on-one defense. Good, right there. Okay, now, once again, this is being done in a demonstrational purposes. This drill would be done rather quickly. We would try to make sure that every single day these guys have a challenge, our kids have a challenge of playing each other one-on-one full court. And you can hopefully see the benefits of having big guys and little guys playing each other full court. All right, secondly, what we want to try to do is take two guards, now just trying to work some two-on-two defense. And this really is to reiterate once again that force, pressure, and contain principle full court. But secondly, add the weak side so he can help take away the middle, make sure there's no dribble penetration. And secondly, if the ball is thrown in reverse, as it would many times on our press, that he can then reverse roles. That strong side becomes, that weak side becomes strong sides become weak side, and we make sure the defense goes around it. Force, pressure, and contain, good job. Khalid giving real good help. Ball's reversed, bumps him, there it is. Middle protected, good. All right, good job right there. All right, now, what we'd really like to try to do here is, once again, keep that ball pressure on, and one of the aspects is that if one of our teammates, and we keep telling this idea, be it one-on-one full court or two-on-two, if you're really good at pressuring that basketball, if one of our teammates makes mistakes, we have clearly got everybody else out of the situation, okay, because his number one job is just trying to beat you. He's not worried about his other four teammates. And when we get to that situation, we know our press is going to work. So be it one-on-one, where the individual responsibility is on pressuring the basketball, forcing the ball, containing the ball, or a two-on-two where we're doing these same principles of force, pressure, and contain. We're now involved in the weak side to take away the middle and also provide help. As we try to build up the entire defense, one-on-one, two-on-two, we also want to show the action between our front line, which is Rashmel here, and our second line, which is Jake. And this is our one-on-two alley trap drill. And all we're doing here is the coach takes the basketball, okay, throws it to EJ in bounds, and Ross's job is to pressure, force, and contain the basketball. As he does, Jake's only job is to get into the pass lane, one step up, two steps back, and as we get the opportunity to see it, bang. As soon as he sees he has a great opportunity, he comes up and makes that good trap, okay? And this one-on-two strong side alley drill makes sure we get good coordination between our front line, strong side, okay, and our second line, strong side. And we really feel this is one of the key components because, once again, by Rashmel, good force, good pressure, good containment, Jake reading the situation, getting in the passing lane to make sure all passes are lobbed, and then coming up and springing the trap. Once again, Jake's options here is to make the trap when he sees the ball is in full control by us. I would say we try to do this drill at least once or twice a week, and I think it really teaches our kids how to trap and more particularly when to trap. Besides one-on-one every day, two-on-two every day, we try to every single day try to get a two-on-four situation. Number of reasons. A, we want to build the principles of the defense. Number one, pressure on the basketball. Number two, talk an awful lot about our strong side and weak side, front line and second line. And third, we really want to build some confidence in our ability to trap the basketball. And we feel really with an advantage of having, obviously, 4 defensive players against 2 offensive players, that their only responsibility here will be to force pressure the ball, set up a trap situation, and then protect the middle. So we try to do 2-on-4 every single day. Now, we're cheating a little bit because actually we loop our inbounder to the half court, but that's something that we have to protect. So we really talk about that automatically that half court must be protected, but in turn, we need to pay attention to the 2 people because we assume that the half court will be protected by our weak side front line and weak side second line. Okay, let's go 2-on-2, 2-on-4, and let's see if we can get a trap. Play it. A good 2-on-4, good ball pressure, okay? Ross showing himself, good. Protect that middle, just stay in the middle, good. Principle of the defense right here. All right, good. Good job right there. And what we're trying to do is create some patience and also hopefully do a good job with making our kids feel really confident in their ability to trap. Because we're going to find out if you run at a live basketball from a second line as Roshmel, coming up on him, EJ, as EJ would come up and Ricky's doing a great job, if Roshmel doesn't come up under control, go by him, EJ. Good. He's going to go right by him. So not only are we teaching the components of pressuring the basketball, forcing and containing, we're also teaching components very simply of the ability and ways in which we want to trap. And very simply, it's his job to be under control, to make sure he springs the trap. One of the things that we're going to make sure is we don't care if we trap the basketball here or all the way to the baseline. We're not going to get an early trap because that's not something we normally do. But we will take it all the way to the baseline. And we put the responsibility here on Roshmel that he can make that trap as late as he needs to be, as long as we once again have got the ball in control. 2-on-4 drill is something I would probably recommend to anybody who wants to teach good 2-2-1 defense. Obviously, playing full court and running our 2-2-1 defense every single day makes us a very good team, pressing-wise. Working on those individual drills, be it 1-on-1, 2-on-2, okay, 2-on-4, those drills make us very strong. The 1-on-1 alley drill, once again, really helps you in trapping. And quite frankly, an awful lot of repetitions of actually just going 5-on-5, getting into your defense, number one, and then executing the principles of the 2-2-1 are very important. But we also want to make sure that our kids feel very comfortable almost in any situation, and we call this a 2-2-1 situational drill. And this is very simply how we react to coming out of traps, how we react when the ball is reversed, and how we react to various situations that could occur while we're in the press. Okay, this is called a 2-2-1 situational, and what it very simply is, we'll put the ball into a trap or put the ball into a situation and then really teach the kids how to react from this. The first and most obvious situation is as the ball is going to be brought into a trap, the strong side trap, which is simply an easiest one for us, we very simply have a drill where we're going to get Ricky now up to the basketball, and we're going to have the man really in a trap position. But we want to make sure our kids feel comfortable once we have got a good trap of making sure we all rotate in the proper manner. So the ball is thrown in, play it, trap has occurred, bang, okay? And very simply, we're going to work at this. Now, this doesn't work perfectly every time. The ball could get shot out. This time, as we come into the trap, okay, Ross comes up, we're going to reverse the ball, and we're going to make sure we bump and get ourselves into position. And then try to take it the other way, Albert, okay? Second situation, as we go to get the trap, the ball is quickly reversed. Go. Good, you got him? Same situation, good. All right, now, from right here, okay, from that situation, we haven't lost anything. We try to get an initial trap. It didn't work. Ball is reversed. We got a good bump in the middle to protect strong side, okay? And now we're in a position of either A, keeping the press on, which Ricky would call, or Ricky can take it off at any point in time by yelling one thing, 5-5, and our man-to-man defense would, okay? If he feels he has EJ in great position, he's going to be calling his teammates, 3-3. We'll keep the defense on. If he starts yelling 5-5 and giving a visual signal, he is now saying trap is over, press is over, we're right into a regular half-court defense. All right, the second situation now is the man throwing the ball strong side, hopefully in a lob pass because Rosh has got his hands up, okay, and we're going to spring our 5-man and 3-man back for a trap, so our second line strong side and our deeper protector would make a trap. Weak side would protect high and low, and protect the middle of the court, and Ricky would turn and look for the intercept. He becomes the intercept in this play. Okay, situational. The third situation we want to deal with is a strong side second trap, or we call the deep trap. Play it. Ball thrown over his head. Ball is chased down. 5 springs out. Trap occurs. We take away We pin the man to the sidelines, and we'd love to get the ball here at any point in time. We take away any middle penetration with a pass or a dribble. In this case, it happens to be a pass. Kevin does a good job of taking away Sewell. Kay would start coming up and make sure he takes away Albert. And we feel that the skip pass to Antrick can't work because the trap has to be that good. And we believe enough in our players that they're going to trap strong enough that the ball cannot be thrown strong side. Ricky makes a great read. Now, if he saw more action in the middle, he'd take that away. But he saw nothing in the middle. He knew Kay had great coverage, so he in turn took away the nearest pass, which now gave us a great chance to trap. Situation with a strong side trap, what we call a 3-5 trap or a deep trap, okay? Ball reversal we showed. And the other thing that happens a lot is coming out of a deep trap, how we get into our normal defense. This is a very simple situation, but something we really need to do a good job with, okay? Ball's going to be put in play once again, and we're going to play this live every day in practice so we feel good about the way we trap and feel good about the way we're protecting basket. Most of our coaches now are assigned a player in the press. So one coach has 2 players, the other coach each has 1 individual player, so each player knows exactly where he should be in relationship to the basketball and to the way we're trapping. I'll just play out of deep trap and go right back to our 5 defense when we can't get the second trap. Play it! And we fan out awfully quick, and now we're on our defense, and once again we feel we took care of the basic components of what the press is supposed to do. A lot of times what we like to do is a 2-2-1, since we've been playing it as a 3-quarter defense with good solid ball pressure and making sure that the offense goes around us. One of the things we'd like to do occasionally though, particularly after foul shots, is make sure we deny the ball in bounds. Now we feel we don't lose anything from this. It's 5 seconds of hard work to make sure that we try to stop the inbounds pass. If we are not successful, and the ball is thrown in front of us, we stay on normal defense anyways. But we really can pick you up a little deeper. We're starting to put more ball pressure on you and really making it very difficult for you to get the ball in bounds. So we'd like to do this occasionally after foul shots, and here's an example of that. Get right into up position. Who's floating? Who's floating? Good, 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 good. All right, now, if we weren't able to get the full deny in our up defense, as you can see, automatically, we've extended our defense up. Our same principles apply. We still don't want the ball to be ever centered, but what we've done is increase the pressure. We've tried to, prevent you from getting the ball in bounds, but if you have got it in bounds, we've made it much more difficult for you. If we ever see the ball get stuck here, and by that stuck I mean the ball handler picks his dribble up, and Ricky does a great job of tying him up, Khalid would step up and take away the reverse pass and give a chance for Kevin to step up. Okay, this is simply our up defense. We would run this, once again, as a surprise element. It's a call from the bench. It's a call from usually one of our point guards. Another way which we like to do it, particularly late in games, we want you to take time, but we don't really want to come and kind of extend our defense, but keep it conservative, we'll call 3 retreat. Just like our 3 regular, okay, or our 3 up, it's still the same components. The only thing here, we don't allow the kid to make a trap. Very simply, we're going to give ground, and eventually get into our defense. But since the opponent has been continually trapped or denied the ball in bounds, now with a pure retreat, he's not going to have an easy time reading that we've made a change in our defense. Once again, same components. The only thing is we're trying to make you take time, trying to make you pick your dribble up, and also making sure that you think you're being trapped, and once again, get you out of your normal flow of offense. This is called, once again, our 3 retreat. Okay, let's run it, fellas. Play it. Defense giving good ground here. Okay, and as soon as we get to a position now of getting the ball across half court, we feel we're very comfortable, okay, in our normal defense. What we've made you do, though, is once again have to face pressure. We might run retreat 3 times in a row, and as soon as you feel you're comfortable with that, we'll come back with our hard traps and try to trap you up and get the ball up court. And keep the defense off guard, the offense, as off guard as much as we can, using the same defense. And we've already done it 3 different ways. One of the last things that we like to do is sometimes switch our defense in midstream. When you're trying to break pressure in a particular way, when you involve your big guys by coming up in the back court, many, many times what we've already put into our game plan before the game, if you're flashing your 4 or 5, who we don't think is a particularly good ball handler, automatically, if he flashes to the front court to receive the basketball, we'll automatically go man-to-man defense as soon as he catches, make him dribble the basketball, and see if we can put as much pressure upon him. Remember, we practice one-on-one full court, our big guys guarding big guys every single day. Pick the basketball up and make sure he's not allowed to make any passes. Our theory being that a 6'10" guy is going to make a lot of mistakes trying to dribble a basketball, and we're not going to let anybody else handle it. So this very simply would be our 3 to 5 defense, okay? Put it in probably in our game plan, because we like to have your big guy catch the ball in the backcourt. Okay. Good job. All right, hold up. All right, good. Hopefully the tape that you just saw will be more than beneficial to you. We really feel that the #1 component, as we mentioned from the start, is being committed to this press. We're going to take approximately 15 to 20 minutes every single day of our practice session from November to March to make sure that we're a very good pressing team. As you do that, you too can have some of the same successes Connecticut's had using its multi-dimensional 2-2-1 press.